Today we are focusing on non-proportional relationships. Non-proportional relationships have both a slope and a y-intercept. Okay, so what I want you to know here is that we have specific words that represent slope and we have specific words that represent y-intercept. And I'm going to write these down for you so that you can remember them. So for our slope, or m, sometimes we will see the words each, every, per, rate, anything that has to do with time, so monthly, daily, yearly, hourly. All of these things represent slope. Okay, and now we have words that mean y-intercept, or B as we know it. And these words are going to be words like starting, given, saves. Any sort of fee is usually y-intercept. Initial. These are all words that represent y-intercept. So it's important to write these down and have them and understand that. These questions will try to trick you, and they won't necessarily say slope or y-intercept. They will say one of these words. Okay, so now to get into a non-proportional relationship, those are going to be equations or relationships that are in the form of y equals mx plus b, where they have both a slope and a y-intercept. Whereas in a proportional relationship, it only had a slope. We did not add anything or subtract anything. Okay, these non-proportional relationships can be represented in tables. In a table, usually you'll have 0 and then another number, for example, 5. And then say 7. When I have 0 next to another number, that's a huge indicator that this is a non-proportional relationship, because this is telling me that 5 is my B, or that 5 is my y-intercept. Okay, from a graph now, let me erase this so I have more space. From a graph, I know that a graph is non-proportional because it will not go through the origin. It'll go through something else. But what's cool about this is that this line passes through my y-axis right here. That point right there will represent my y-intercept, or my B. So you can find your y-intercept just by looking at a graph and finding the point at where my graph intersects my y-axis. Okay, and then sometimes you're gonna have have to distinguish a non-proportional relationship from a word problem. And the way that you can do that is basically by seeing if the word problem contains two different numbers. And so we can use our example from when we did proportional relationships. And so we started with Darwin buys bags of Takis for $2 each. Okay, so this is the example that we used for proportional relationships. We know that 2 is our slope because, remember, here's that word each. Each goes with 2. That represents my slope. But now for a non-proportional relationship, I need two numbers. I need something that will be added or subtracted. So in this case, I'm going to say that Darwin also buys a drink for $3. So this means that he's going to buy bags of Takis. We don't know how many bags he's buying. That's why this is my slope, because we don't know how many bags he's buying. But for each bag, it's going to cost him $2. But he also buys just one drink. So that's going to add to his total cost. It's going to add $3. So my equation here would look like this. Y equals 2x plus 3. 3 being my y-intercept and 2 being my slope. In this case, we don't see a word that really means y-intercept, and that's okay, as long as we find one number that has the slope word, each, every, per, or monthly, or any of those words that I showed you at the beginning, then we can automatically know that our second number, it will be our y-intercept. Hope this helps. Bye.